Nope. I have no assurances. Tweet to tweet.
You have to click the
you just did
thing.
the thing.
What is it?
No, the blue arrow.
This
How do you
thing.
get to the bottom of the comments?
Yeah, because it's...
I'm like, to start streaming, I have to click the blue arrow? I don't
just to see the
understand.
comments.
Hi,
Hi, everybody!
Hello.
Hi, Mr. Meows.
I would say good morning, but it's not morning. It's noon. It's high noon.
And I've been awake since like 8 a.m.
Have you?
I've been on a really weird sleep schedule.
I was dead last
Yeah.
night, and yet I was up at like 9 this morning or something.
And I
think it's the
last
cat's
night
fault.
I built my entire desk and
Wow.
did work, and it was weird. I don't know.
Nicely done. I got a 40-piece chicken nugget last night. Because chicken nuggets are what you need when you're like, I'm either going to go to sleep or I'm going to eat something. You're like, chicken nuggets is what I'm going to do.
Lovely.
So,
So that's a lot of people.
hey, Jay, everybody. We will get into questions and things like that today. But first, let's introduce ourselves because there are probably new people. If this is your first live chat, let us know. We'll give you a big thumbs up or something.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Welcome.
So I'll start, I guess. I'm AJ. You probably knew that. And I'm in a bunch of the videos. Woo!
Did you just whoop for yourself?
I did.
Okay.
Enthusiasm.
Maybe he's
I've got
being
it.
involved in the project. Like,
Okay.
he's really
Excited.
excited about all the videos that you guys do.
Okay.
Yeah,
Sure.
exactly. That's what it is. All right, so we covered me.
I'm Nate. I'm in some of the projects.
Woo!
More behind the scenes. Recently, though, the Shovel Werewolf. That's what I was in,
Ah, yes.
which just
And hopefully
wrapped up season 2.
Yeah, hopefully some of you guys have seen it because it's going to keep going, I think. So keep an eye out for updates and watch it if you haven't. And you're also in that.
I am. I'm also in the Shovel Werewolf.
But who are you?
I'm Gwen!
Who are you even?
I don't know. Why am I
Oh,
here?
I think you
What's
meant
going
in
on?
the Shovel Werewolf. I'm like, no, you're not Gwen in the Shovel Werewolf.
Oh, yeah, I'm Susan in the Shovel Werewolf.
Ah,
But
Dr. Susan Ally.
yes.
Uh-huh.
But in real life, I'm Gwen.
Hi, Gwen. You're pretty.
I'm with him.
Yes. And for anybody who doesn't follow us on social media, this one and I got engaged recently, and that's very exciting. So just wanted to share that with anybody who doesn't know. It's going to probably be common knowledge if it isn't already.
I'm this person.
You're this person. Hi, this person. Do you go by a name?
I do. For those of you who are listening and not watching the video, my name is Peter, and I do lots of. I'm in a number of the musicals, and I do a lot of the behind-the-scenes work on the actual music itself, like making, sampling it, and recording it, and stuff like that. Yeah.
So you do. And we're actually working on one presently, right now, that you've been sampling and recording for over the last couple days, haven't you?
Yeah.
Yeah. You want to share what that project is? I think they all know. But.
Yeah. Yesterday we recorded a bunch of people for Cuphead the musical. We're really excited about it. It's going to be animated, and therefore we can't actually tell you when it's going to come out because it's,
Animation.
It's taking a longer time than we expected, as animations always do.
Yeah.
So that's fun. Who did we record yesterday?
Oh, I wasn't going to tell them all.
Oh, never mind.
I thought we shouldn't tell them yet.
Well,
we don't want to
cool.
confirm a cast for everybody.
Copy that.
Because we just teased it, right? Hopefully you guys saw the teaser. It didn't go up yesterday. It went up last week, didn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Well, if you haven't seen it yet, go ahead and watch it. It's got a little bit of information, but not too much because we want to be able to keep revealing things about Cuphead the musical. But it is coming.
Yeah.
That's really exciting.
Yeah.
And everybody loves it. I
Well,
say everybody, and I'm like, I'm the only one that played it on this couch, but...
Everybody we went to record yesterday was
true.
like, this is a really cool song, and that was cool. That was good.
Yeah, so keep an eye out for details about that. It's a really cool cast. Okay, so we've introduced ourselves, and the missing man here will be back shortly to help answer questions, I'm sure. We have two moderators we should introduce as well.
Oh, that's fair.
Yeah.
One moderator is Aiden. Aiden, wave. Hi, Aiden. I don't know if he'll wave.
Does he go by
He'll probably send an emoji or something.
Does he go by Lathias or Aiden on here?
On here, he goes by Aiden.
Okay, there he is. Okay.
And Aiden has been modding for our live streams for maybe 2 years now.
It's been a while, yeah.
So
He knows his stuff, don't mess with him, he's got the controls.
And
Yeah,
he
he does a
also
great job.
he also knows his stuff because he's like been with Random Encounters, watching us for more than 2 years, which is one of the reasons why he's a mod, because he stepped up and was like, hey, I could mod for you guys. I know a lot about you guys.
Yeah, been doing this for a while for other communities too.
Yeah.
And then our other moderator in here is Nefenjo. So please respect her as well. She's been with the community forever.
Hi, Nefenjo.
Literally forever, like as long as the channel's been around, basically. And knows the answers to pretty much everything. So she and Aiden, they're gonna do their thing and moderate. And please respect them, listen to them. They know how these chats go. And they're really cool people. So, you know, if you're interested to know more about the RE community, don't be afraid to talk to them. They're awesome.
When we do open it up for questions, just the ticker on the bottom says this, but in case you're listening and not watching again, make sure you type question in all caps with a colon so that we can just kind of see who's asking questions and who's kind of just talking to the other chatters, the other, what do you call them? What do you call them?
Encounterers?
Well, sure, encounterers.
The other encounters in the chat.
Also, if you did want to donate to us, the super chat button is the little currency sign directly under your chat screen or your chat box. So if you do want to send us anything, it's there. It'll pop up as a special badge or whatever on the chat. So I think that's... Oh, and the chat is on slow mode because there are a lot of you. So we want to be able to get to enough people's questions. So just, you know, think about what you're typing and address accordingly.
Yeah. Okay, so are you guys ready to answer some questions today?
Do it.
Yeah. All right.
I would feel comfortable doing the
The one that keeps coming up.
the elephant in the room, as it were.
Or, yeah. Basically, yes. All right, so we should use someone's name with it.
About Steve Maxwell right there. Who
Steve
just did it in
Maxwell.
all caps.
Sure.
Steve Maxwell?
I was...
Yeah, I was going to say I missed it, but I'm sure what you said
Right
was...
there.
Where is Miss Bird? Asks Steve Maxwell, who has clearly watched the channel enough to know that usually there has been somebody named Miss Bird on the couch with us for these chats and in a lot of the videos. Does anybody want to start this off?
I'll start.
Okay.
Miss Bird is not going to be on the Random Encounters channel anymore. There was... Sparrow and I moved out, and I actually live like a couple minutes away now, so I'm coming here, you know, kind of full-time-ish. And basically, there were some interpersonal issues that got in the way of business, basically, and we have, I think, all basically jointly decided that it's probably best that Miss Bird is not on the channel anymore. That may change in a few years, I don't know. I don't want to get anyone's hopes up on that, but you will not be seeing her for the most part. You might see her on Instagram pictures or something like that occasionally, because I am dating her, I am in love with her, so you might see that occasionally, but for the most part, she will be not a present thing on RE.
Thank you to... I'm sorry, your name went away. There it is. Voodoo Mr. 606, by the way. We appreciate your support. And we try our best to do amazing work. And it's from your help that we can do it. So, and all of you guys also watching the videos, so thank you. Just to, I guess, expound a little bit, there has been interpersonal issues for a while with Miss Bird. And you've probably sensed it if you watch the videos and the chats and stuff, that she marches to the beat of a different drum. At least from me. So you can imagine that sometimes, creatively or otherwise, we butted heads a little bit, and that's true. There was a security issue that happened that she ended up kind of at the epicenter of, and it wasn't a first time for that, but we decided needed to be the last time. So that was part of the situation that led to us deciding, and we sat down with her and said, this is a thing, it's happened before, now it's happening on the channel, we need to talk about this. And we didn't come to a particularly good arrangement other than that we shouldn't work together anymore. So I'm not going to address anything else I think about some of the things she said right now, other than that's what happened professionally between us. And now we're not working together. And I think it's going to stay that way for a while. So sorry, she's a talented person. Wish that things didn't quite go like this. But we all deserve to have a safe channel that we don't have to worry about things happening to, and this is the safest way to keep it.
And consequently, she's still on YouTube. Like just like, you know, Markiplier isn't here all the time. Ms. Bird has a channel. You can, if you need to watch her, she's on her channel, and she's also addressed some of these issues on her channel. So, you know, it's this way, and it will be this way. And the biggest request I'm gonna make of you guys is to, I guess, be civil and respectful, and understand that businesses and YouTube channels even are built of people, and people do things, and people hurt each other, and it's just a thing that happens. And so try to focus on positive things, and don't like spam negativity all over the channel. We've seen a little bit of that since this whole thing has begun, and we want to try to curb that. And you guys are our biggest fans. You're the people who are always on live chat watching us, and you guys therefore have kind of the power to, I guess, you know, direct people's attention to the good things. Miss Bird and I got a house. AJ and Gwen are married.
Engaged.
I'm like, wait,
That was quick.
we like to have a quick
wedding.
turnaround here.
There are lots of good things happening. Cuphead, which we've already teased, that has some really interesting YouTubers that you guys are going to be really happy about. So there are lots of positive things to focus on. Let's look at those. And, you know, the negative stuff you're allowed to feel. You're allowed to be sad that Miss Bird won't be here. You're allowed to be sad that there are personal rifts or whatever. Be sad, that's fine. But, you know, there are good things too. And we're going to try to focus on them, and we'd like you guys to as well. So I think that's as much as we need, unless anyone else has anything they need to...
I think that about covers it.
Yeah. So anyway, thank you for your understanding. Thank you for your patience, because we know that you want to hear juicy mudslinging back and forth about who said what and who did what to
And, like,
who.
we might even make more money if we did mudsling.
Oh.
Not about that. Not about that.
I hate
Never
that.
interested
No.
to start fights, and I'm not interested in perpetuating fights. So this is not a fight. This is a professional situation that is resulting in us making a business decision to have a change of staff right now,
Yep.
which is, you know, what you see on this couch right now, kind of.
By the way, that's Mr. Meows.
Yes. This
Hi,
Not-
Mr. Meows.
He is not staff either.
Oh,
There
no.
are personal rifts involved here.
No.
He's
No,
more of
there's
an
not.
intern.
Yeah. And
Yeah.
Gwen isn't
Unpaid
staff either. Gwen just is another person that works with us right now, and happens to be very attached to me, and I to her.
So yeah, I think that's all we're going to address, and I think that we're probably going to do our best not to even talk about it, because it's water under the bridge, as it were. So, questions?
Yes, about those. Jordan, can you do Resident Enos 3? Ah. Can we do that?
Can we?
Are we allowed?
Yes. Will we? Maybe. Do we want to?
Absolutely.
Probably, yes.
I was going to say yes.
Yes.
Yes and yes.
But yeah, that's a complicated situation.
Yeah. It got more complicated because I made a joke on Twitter background, or Instagram around Halloween
Making
about it.
jokes.
Yeah, but you know, like, it's true we want to make it. It's just Resident Enos includes 2 other major YouTubers and 1 major company. So I don't know whether or not we're going to be making a 3rd one or not. It'd be really fun. So, you know, keep following us and stay tuned for updates, and we'll see.
Mercedes, by the way, and everyone else, the stream is actually going to be going live. Like, the archive of it will be going live after this. So if you missed the beginning of the stream, you can actually DVR it right now, or you can watch it later.
Yeah, it'll be available.
I mean, also regarding Resident Enos, like AJ mentioned, it involves some pretty big YouTubers that have really busy lives and sometimes are hard to get in touch with. So, you know, even down to that, it can be difficult. So yeah, right now, probably we might readdress it in a year.
Yeah, every Halloween, it dawns on us again that it would be really cool to put out Resident Enos 3.
Yeah.
But it does require the commitment and cooperation of a bunch of other people.
And an entire giant company right now.
Yeah. So, like, we can't make promises, but we're actually as in love with it as some of you guys are. So when you see people making, like, fan comics or fan art and stuff, it's like, that's what we are, too. We would love to make fan art of it that happens to be, like, a video on YouTube. but we don't want to do it with a bad Markiplier, a fake version of him or something. So it's like, so for example, we want to wait until we have Dodger and Mark in it again, or we would need to find a new way of doing the series that doesn't involve the same people. I don't know. We haven't talked too much about it because we just rather wait until they're ready to make it with us.
Sorry. Alex Rothhauser just made a really amusing discovery about a video compression codec.
Okay. Sounds really amusing.
That sounds
Thanks,
hilarious.
Mr. Raven.
And that's
then
why we
I
laugh
cracked.
at you. I mean, with you. I mean,
Somebody want to read this one?
Doge the animal. Question. What's the Cuphead musical going to be about? Is it going to be a battle or is it about the deal? Maybe something else. Also, is Mugman going to be in it?
That's a really good question.
I think the answer to everything is yes.
It's mostly about the deal.
Yeah, that's
I
true.
think. I would say that it's about the deal and how all the characters react to that deal. I know that's like a vague. It's about as vague as you can get describing. Oh, that's what it's about. But it will feature, I think, just about every boss in the game. So it's ambitious, yeah, and that's why it's going to possibly take a lot longer than we think, because we're trying to use like everybody, and that includes Mugman, kind of.
A little.
Yeah, it's more like
very
we acknowledge his existence. Yeah, it's a good game. Please check out Cuphead if you haven't. It's super fun, and I'm sure you guys have because like every Let's Player has done it at this point. What other questions have we got?
Excuse me. There was one, and I forget what it was, which is very helpful, extremely helpful.
oh yes.
Let's see.
Oh, but it does remind me, AJ, that we could talk about the bent pixel situation.
Oh yeah, you want to start on that one because
Sure.
I forgot. We haven't made an announcement.
Yeah, we
formally,
haven't made
really.
an official announcement. So, we have been with Maker Studios for years, for maybe 4 or 5 years or something. We were there during their transition into Disney, and we actually have left Maker Studios. We are with Bent Pixels now, which is our new MCN. Which isn't going to make a huge difference to you guys. The big differences that you might end up seeing is that Bent Pixels has a very different network of talent than Maker, and they're working with us to try to reach out to those talent and work with them. They've got connections, and I can't make any promises about any of this, but they have connections to like Brizzy Voices and to conversations with a 2-year-old, and very different set of channels that they're going to be reaching out to
And
to
companies,
on our
too.
behalf. And companies.
Yeah, it was fun to be in a meeting with them yesterday and feel like the people that we used to work with at Maker over the years have gone and done a lot of things with a lot of other people. So it's like the net just keeps spreading of how many different like places we can reach out to and find like a connection at. So
Yeah, so we're really, really excited to be on Bent Pixels. We're excited to see where this leads, and it's a cool change. I'm just excited.
that said, we still have our connection on Resident Enos with Disney. So we have like a foot in each pool here for the moment. Still figuring out what we can do.
Hoping
And
no one drops a
shark into it?
Electricity.
Yours is good too.
Oh no, I like sharks.
Sharks, yeah, sharks in the water. Get out of the kiddie pool.
With lasers on their
Can't
heads.
put a shark in each pool though.
What if
Well,
it's
you
an,
can put a shark in.
You
each
can, I
pool.
guess.
Why couldn't you?
What's gonna stop me?
Oh,
Like
fine.
when?
what if it's an
You have the
electric
budget
shark?
for 2
Like an electric
sharks?
eel?
Oh my goodness. No, thank you. I do
All right.
not want to deal with electric wielding sharks.
Ezreali, question. I'm trying to get into voice acting. I'm too young to get anything on my own, though. Any advice? Thanks.
I mean, that's not true, for one.
And so that's your advice is you're not too young.
This is the day of DIY, the day of user-generated content. If you can't get voice acting gigs right now, you voice act on YouTube, and you create your own work until someone notices you, in theory.
That's absolutely true. That's what Resident Enos is. It's
Yeah.
basically it's a mini TV show because no one's going to hire a couple weird guys in a house to go make a TV show. So you start making one yourself and put it on YouTube, and maybe with some practice and the right attention, the Walt Disney Company says they'll pay you to do a second episode.
True story.
True story. So
Oh, it got really dark.
yeah, I did.
Can you alt tab over to make sure that it's not?
Excuse me. There we go.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Sorry.
So yeah, that's a piece of advice, I suppose, is don't undersell yourself.
Mm-hmm.
If you're good at something, and no one's noticed yet, then start making things to show it off. And hopefully you can get some people to recognize and agree with you that, yeah, you should get paid to do that. What about voice acting in general? Because all of us, I think, have done some voiceover work. Is there any like advice that you would give somebody if they're trying to improve at voice acting? Like I said, we've all been on a microphone.
Okay, so the biggest thing I do is I decide I've messed up before my director tells me I've messed up, which is a terrible thing to do because I just kind of ruin things over and over that might have been usable.
We've all done that.
Yeah, so don't do that. Like, just kind of fake it till you make it until someone tells you that it's wrong, and then adjust to what they told you. Don't try and do it yourself.
That said, that doesn't mean don't be critical of yourself. Just, be critical after the fact. But when you're doing it, commit.
Finish the take, then judge it.
Yeah, because if you stop in the middle, a lot of times, I'm sure we did this when you were doing Mama's voice in
Yeah.
Tattletale. It was probably like, no, that was good, why'd you stop? And you're like, oh, it was bad. And you're like, it wasn't bad, it was great. And then you're like, okay, how was I doing it? And then like you've already freaked yourself out and you can't remember how you were doing it.
It's true.
Yeah. Okay, that's pretty good advice. What about you? You've been voicing
Shovel Werewolf.
The Shovel Werewolf like nonstop. You play Eggman.
Yeah,
I feel like you're...
the Shovel Werewolf is just an easy voice, though. I feel
Yeah.
like that's not.
Okay. But when you're doing performance, are there things you have to keep in mind that if you forget to, then you have to do it again, or you'll listen to it and be like, oh, I could have done that better?
The biggest problem with the Shovel Werewolf for us was mostly like tone.
Okay.
Like, that was something we did this season that we didn't do last season. His mask was obviously different, so his mouth didn't move. This season, his mouth actually did move, so we kind of actually kept the video for somewhat syncing, and it became an issue in like the Mortal Kombat episode where I was like, I did all these performances different than I did in the actual video, and I really had to like get in deep and make it sync.
What he means by tone is it looks very different if I'm yelling angrily at someone versus yelling excitedly at someone. Yeah. So, those different tonalities, they actually physically manifest themselves on your face very differently. And so if you're voice acting to an animated character that's yelling angrily and you're yelling excitedly or happily or something, it might not match up. And so that's, I think, what you're kind of referencing.
Yeah, because the Shovel Werewolf does a lot of hand motions too, and if you put, like you said, angry or excited, and I'm like, well, his hands aren't showing the way he's sounding. Like, he has different motions, and I don't know.
Fair. Well, anyway, none of us are like professional voice actors, though. So
No.
There's that too.
I was trying to think of something from kindergarten because there's so much voice, like different voices. And I'm struggling to figure out, other than I think I started hurting my voice at some point, and I couldn't do it without a break. So I think we came back and did a couple characters that were harder later.
True.
So maybe that's the advice, is like plan ahead if you're going to do a bunch of characters and try to start out with characters that aren't going to mess up your voice and then work your way up to the ones that are going to be a lot harder. And if you need to take a day, then do it.
Yeah, I was going to say, listen to your body. If your body is saying you need to stop before it's too late.
Sometimes your performance on set creates the voice too, because you recorded the teacher
after doing it again on set, because on set I did it so much better than in the first temp recording. Yeah. So, and sometimes you'll just find that you will do a better job on a different day, and you don't realize that how tired you are until you try to do it, and you're like, man, I sound terrible. And then the next day you're like, oh, this is perfect. Why was I not recording today?
Yeah.
Yeah. Here's another question I thought it's got a 2-part question to it. Ooh. Oh, by the way, thank you, Silver Skipper, for a recommendation of Behind the Voice Actors. That's a good website that people can use too. All right. So, somebody gonna read this one?
Gwen will.
Okay. 000 Bluebird 000 asked.
You forgot the happy face.
Oh, and a happy face. I'm sorry. Asked. Are we doing both questions?
Yeah.
Okay.
One at a time,
First, what is going to happen to the Shovel Werewolf? I love his new, even more badass look.
Well, there you go.
Well, there will be a Christmas special.
Christmas which has already been announced, so
yes,
it's not like
which has already been announced if you've paid attention to social media, that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But Yeah, despite what a lot of people seem to think from the finale of season 2, this is only a finale of season 2. He will return, not just in the Christmas special. There is a season 3 of Shovel Werewolf already in the works.
And a
Super
season
exciting.
4 and a season
A
5.
season 4 and a season 5, which was supposed to be somewhat of a secret until, whoops, you're not the first to mention it. I think...
Yeah, I probably said
Okay.
it.
Yeah, AJ said it. I saw Nefenjo
Yeah.
commenting. But yeah, season 3 is pretty much nailed down for what we're doing, and season 4 and 5 are
Loosely plotted.
loosely plotted. Yes.
Yeah,
So,
obviously we can abandon that at any time,
yes. But we do have a story arc that Ivan will be following for the foreseeable future. So stay tuned for that.
Has some
Starting in
lovely
the-
new characters.
Yeah, starting in the Christmas special, you will get a potential glimpse as to where the series will be going into season 3.
but yeah. So make sure you come back for that Christmas episode, which will probably go up like on Christmas or the day before. Or something.
Christmas Eve. That's what we did last year.
Ah,
So
okay.
Okay.
Christmas Eve, December 24th this year, you will get the Christmas special of the Shovel Werewolf.
And you guys are probably people watching it, but if you're not, do yourself a favor and check it out, because like if you like video games, I'm assuming you might because you're watching Random Encounters. There's some really cool stuff in there, and it's about terrible video games and someone who turns into a werewolf when he plays them. I think that's great. And if you don't know what shovelware is a term for a terrible video game that shouldn't have been made, but someone thought they could make a quick buck, so they made it. It's good stuff.
Yeah.
Second question.
Can you remake your really old, not so good musicals?
Not so good ones.
We have not so good
Which
music.
ones are the not so good ones?
Please don't point them out, guys.
And then the chat just floods full of like, these are all the not so good ones. Like a helpful index of not so good musicals you shouldn't go watch.
It's great. So we've talked about potentially remaking something. We've talked about animating some of them or whatever. It's a lot of work. So I'll most of the answer will be no. Occasionally we'll do something. We have converted, for instance, the Eevee song, which was not. It was actually a good musical, but we've converted the Eevee song into a silly like finger puppet before. So it's not out of the question. It's not in the plans currently. What is in the plans is to kind of revive some of the really good stuff from back then with the new community tab that we've been given. If you don't know what the community tab is, go to our channel homepage, and there's literally a tab that says community, and we're going to start using that, which we just got through Bent Pixels, to start talking to you guys on probably a more direct and consistent basis.
Yeah.
Anyone else?
Well, we've talked about trying to animate some of our old ones again. Like, because there are some musicals that we'd like to resurrect a little bit. Like Peter said, ones that don't even have as many views as we have subscribers. So we know people have signed up to subscribe to Random Encounters going, I love this channel, and you don't know some of the songs that we made. And it's really funny to look back and go, not everyone has watched, The Legend of Ganondorf yet, for example.
Oh boy.
And you go like, people don't know that Ganondorf does a tap dance number on Random Encounters because they never saw the video. So we have opportunities to share some of those things. Not that one specifically, because that one's not so good. That one's terrific. But there are definitely, like Needle Mouse the Musical is the one that Nate and I made way back with Peter's help before Random Encounters existed. It's shot on a terrible old video camera, and the costumes are kind of trash. He still had hair playing Eggman.
I did.
Way back in the day. So you can go find that and you can go watch it. But we have thought, wouldn't it be cool to do the music over again and get different people to play all the characters, like the people we had for Sonic Boom? What if we, build that up and then animate it so that they even look like the characters from the games? I'm like, that could be really fun.
Yeah.
So who knows, and since we're talking about music really quick, we have talked about actually doing a remix album. I don't know if or when that's going to happen, but we like enough of our songs from the early days, but think that our equipment has improved and probably our skills have improved too, and that we could do some interesting, fun new stuff with old songs. So,
That would be exciting to see.
It would.
right? I think it'd be really cool.
There was a track on the FNAF full album. AJ and I were listening to it, and we suddenly realized that we had accidentally muted an entire instrument from that track.
Yeah.
And it was really disturbing because I have always wondered, why did we make that musical choice in that moment? Why is it so dead and not interesting in that moment that's really exciting? And AJ was like, because there's another instrument that's supposed to be in there. So that's something I really want to fix because I loved that part. I remember
It helps
loving
it a lot. Yeah, because it is so sparse when you take out that one instrument playing that one thing in it.
Yeah, it's so weird.
But, yeah. So who
Anyway.
knows? All right, so I'm a narcissist and I pulled this question. But I thought it was cute of you to ask. You want to read it?
Allie E wants to know, how did the proposal go? With 4 question marks, because she really wants to know. I'm so excited for you two.
It went great. Do you
It
want to tell
did.
them about it?
So we went to Disneyland. Disneyland's one of our favorite places to go. We're both really, really happy people.
We brought
there.
Nate too, but then he had to go to BlizzCon.
I
Yeah.
hate Disneyland, so I totally didn't go.
He didn't. It's okay. So Nate went with us for a day, and then the next day was just me and AJ. And AJ actually surprised me wonderfully. I did not know it was coming. I thought he was going to wait till my birthday, which was 2 days ago. So he jumped the gun a little bit and managed to make it
We
a
should
surprise.
sing you happy birthday on here sometime.
No, we shouldn't.
Okay, never mind.
But he took us to Tom Sawyer Island, which I thought was really cool because it's another place we really like there, and it's also one of the less crowded areas. So we got to actually have a moment alone. And I think I was in the middle of making a really terrible joke when I turned around suddenly, and he was down on one knee behind me. So he did the whole classic thing of down on one knee. He had the ring in a Pokeball and a little sign that said "I choose you," which was really cute.
It's on
On
Instagram.
Yeah.
And that he asked me to marry him. He got my name wrong because he was nervous.
Don't tell.
No, I need to know.
So my name is Gwendolyn Sarah, and he asked Sarah Gwendolyn to marry him.
Oh,
Yeah.
So
I'm
I
gonna-
fixed it. I was nervous.
Oh,
It was
goodness.
really cute, guys. You have no idea.
That's fantastic.
It kills me. I'm gonna live with that the rest of
No,
my
it's
life.
okay.
Now
I'm
the
gonna
whole
change my
internet
name.
knows
It's
it
gonna
too. Don't change it to that.
No.
I like Gwendolyn Sarah more than I like Sarah Gwendolyn.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, that's good to know. But
Yeah. Also, we were supposed to propose I was supposed to propose an hour earlier, but we got stuck. We got in. There's this little train ride for Dumbo or something. You can get in the different train cars, and one of them has steel bars and it says wild animals on the top. So you're gonna sit in the wild animal car and ride around on the train, and everybody can take pictures of the wild animals. And it got stuck halfway around. So we were stuck in a cage of wild animals for 20 minutes at Disneyland. And all I could think about was how I was supposed to be proposing. And instead I was stuck in a wild animal car with her, waiting to be rescued.
Wow.
Propose there. Be like,
I thought about it.
if we die in this cage.
I thought about it. I was like, this would make the moment more interesting. But I was I already had my heart set on going to the pirate thing on the island. And I was like, so I feel like it'll be a letdown if I'm just well, I didn't want to do it in a car full of wild animals, but here you go.
AJ, have you ever described to Gwen how you wanted to propose to her?
Yes.
yes,
She,
which I love.
Okay, so here's
I
what
actually
he
thought about telling that story instead. And let's see how many people would believe that's what he
That's
done.
amazing. You guys should probably tell the story because it's hilarious.
all right, so I have said for a while, since we, started dating basically, that if I was going to propose to her, I wanted to do it I was going to wait until we were in a restaurant having a nice dinner, and then a bunch of terrorists with masks and machine guns rappel through the windows and everyone get down, so we could flip a table and amidst the machine gun fire be in case we die, will you marry me? And I'm so that was my dream way of proposing is wait till we're in a life or death situation where we have to fight off all the bad guys.
Yeah.
And then I got in my head wouldn't it be cool if I could orchestrate that and take her out for a dinner, a date night, and then actually have people dressed in masks smash through the windows of the restaurant with machine guns. I'm she wouldn't believe that it is actually happening.
And I told him that I didn't think any restaurant would let him do that. So I
Yeah.
suggested Vikings in a park or something.
Yeah,
Oh,
I think you
nice,
did.
okay,
Yeah, but that
I turned my
didn't cut
nose
it
up
either.
at that. I was that doesn't happen in the movies. There's no table to flip or something. It's great.
Yes.
Yeah. I
So-
thought about making a film shoot. I'm we could make a fake film shoot at YouTube Space or something and set up you have to be you're going to be in the scene as sitting at a table waiting, and I'll be a waiter just to walk by because I have to direct or something. But then as I'm giving you the direction, then we have actors with machine guns smashed through the windows, and I can flip the table anyway. I'm I could still do it, and we'd even have it on camera so that we'd have a film, a recording. I could have a gun for us so we could pop up and shoot back at them. And I was this is going to take so much work and so many more people. And I'm we should find a way that doesn't involve 20 people and a bunch of broken
Disappoint.
glass. And yeah.
Yeah.
Disappoint.
But
So,
no, guys, it
big
was
letdown.
perfect just the way it was. Like it was amazing. I think I actually cried. Yeah.
So
Anyway, thank you for asking. It
mush
went
over.
pretty well. Who wants to read this one?
I was gonna say, since we're halfway through the live chat, do we want to address this box?
Oh! Yes! I forgot
Do you want
about
to
it.
explain
You
what
forgot
this
about
box
the
is?
giant box.
What is this giant box, AJ?
All right. Well, it says it's from Sega of America, and I swear this isn't like a paid promotion
No,
or
this
something.
is not paid promotion.
We just happened to be shooting the breeze a little bit with our friend Aaron over at Sega, who plays Tails in some of the Sonic videos we put up. Mm-hmm. And he asked us if we'd like some Sonic merch. And we went, really? And he was like, yeah, I have some things I'd like to send over to you guys. So I was like, if you send it, we'll open it on the live chat on Saturday, like in front of everybody.
We have no idea what's in here.
So he one day shipped, although it's
He
from
did.
Irvine,
Yeah.
so it's
fair.
He overnighted us a nice box of Sega merch.
Yeah. and
So
we don't know what's
what
in here.
is in the box.
There's
What's in the box?
Here, why don't you sit in the middle for this?
There is speculation that
But then
someone
he'll be
was
AJ.
like fired, and then they packed up the person's desk and just sent it to us.
I can pull things out.
Yeah.
Oh,
The
what's
first
in
thing
the box?
is-
It's paper. There's paper in the box.
Lots of brown
Lots
paper.
of paper in the box.
unboxing video. You make it so boring.
Looks like there's some paper in the
Oh,
box.
there's more paper.
Look at all this
There's
paper you can
a
wrap.
6 pair of Sonic the Hedgehog sunglasses.
What? No
I
way.
can
No
get them out.
way.
Someone can put them on.
Peter, do you want to wear these?
I already have glasses.
Yep, it's gotta be one of you two.
Go. I guess I have to
wait,
be cool.
Wait, hold on.
Oh, holding on.
We can both be cool.
Yes! Wait, we got a fist bump. That's the
Now everyone's got glasses.
fist bump.
Okay, we got a Sonic the Hedgehog
Nice.
doll.
Wait, is it actually a
No,
Sonic
it's,
dog?
it's Sonic.
It's Sonic.
It's the real Sonic.
It
not
doesn't
Sonic.
look like he doesn't like talk or anything special. He's
Okay.
Just he's pointing at you. He's like, "Hey, buddy, you're too slow."
Sonic, just normal Sonic, is already special.
There are some T-shirts.
Ooh.
We
T-shirts.
have a large, an extra large, a
That's mine.
small, and a medium.
Wow. We should
wow.
give something away, but I don't think I want to do it on this live chat.
No.
We have to check the rules and
They
figure out
all
what
look
we
the
can do.
same. This is what they look like.
Wow. So pretty.
So-
They have a front side too. Oh yeah. I love
Backside
t-shirts
of
with
water.
front sides.
It does make them easier to wear.
I want a shirt that hangs low enough and
That-
has like a butt on the bottom. So you can tell the front from the back of your shirt.
You are dumb.
There are more
Wow.
Sonic shirts.
He wasn't kidding, man.
This is Sonic Forces. Let's open one. Just
Yeah,
to
absolutely. We
show
have to show these. Like I said, I think we should send something out to some
Yeah.
Ooh,
counters.
that was cool.
We could bring them to the con as well.
I just want to make sure that we do this correctly because there are definitely rules.
Oh,
on
this
social
actually
media.
does have a front and back.
Hey.
This is the
Nice.
front. It's got Sonic Forces characters on it, and then the
This
back
is such a cool
has
shirt.
the bad guys.
That
I'm
is a really
guessing
cool
from
shirt.
Sonic
That is
Yeah,
awesome.
I'm in love with these shirts. Now I'm like, let's not send them away. I just want to hang my
There's
closet with
those
nothing but
two.
Sonic shirts. Every day I just put on the
don't
same
see the
Sonic
size
shirt,
on
but it's a
these.
different one.
Large,
I'll wear them in different sizes every day.
Large.
small.
These are
Medium.
so cool.
This, last thing, this looks like a Sonic onesie or something.
Oh no.
Yes.
Oh, please say it is.
Oh, it is.
This looks
It
like
is.
it's a throw blanket. It's a throw blanket.
Ah.
Well, if I cut a hole for my head to stick out, it'll be like I'm wearing
We've got
Sonic.
a Sonic throw. Oh, that's really weird feeling.
Yeah, it is. That is a different kind of blanket.
Oh, whoa.
It's like
What
a
Is
is-
it
tense-
shiny?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What is going on with this blanket?
It's shiny on one side and fuzzy on the other.
Huh.
It's kind of satiny, I think. Microfiber, maybe. I don't know.
Beautiful.
If you guys are playing Sonic Forces, let us know because we have a code for it and we haven't started it yet. So I'm excited. I also want to do something where we're gonna make an OC, right? And I want to see all the OCs you guys are making, and we can compare them. Maybe we'll make like a storyline with them or something.
I can't get
We'll
this
fanfic them.
all the way open, but I don't know what this looks like. What is this?
It's
It's got words.
I think it's got-
sideways?
Yeah,
Is that,
it's-
yeah, that's sideways.
Sonic the Hedgehog. It's
The ghost
Sonic.
Sonic.
Oh, I'm
Sonic the
assuming this
Ghost
is what it
Sonic.
is. There's this weird. This is what
Oh,
the
yeah.
it's a Sonic.
Yeah, that looks
So
like
that's what it is. It's
Nice.
But
Sonic, Sonic.
giant eyeballs here, guys.
Sonic's face
So
on it.
cool.
So
Oh man.
that's that.
Nice.
I have one
That's it.
Sonic blanket in the house right now, and it's falling apart because I've had it for
That
too
is
long.
all that's in the mysterious box.
This was great.
Cool.
Well, thank you, Sega.
Thanks.
Thank you,
Sega
Aaron
Aaron
Weber. Sly W. We call him Waren, because when the moon is full, he transforms into a werehog and then stampedes around California, terrorizing people that don't like the Sonic games.
I just
Poor
terrified
Mr.
Mr. Meow the Sonic.
Speaking of-
he just
He's
jumped
like-
all the way across.
Is Sonic too scary for you?
Oh,
I wish I
He's
want to
so
like
terrified.
I want to like turn the camera.
He is like backing away on all fours,
The
guys.
camera focus.
Oh,
and it won't. But can you hit Alt Tab? Oh.
Mr. Mouse. He's spooked by Sonic. He's like, oh no, oh it's gonna get me.
Why is he so scary? What's making him so scary?
I don't know.
I have no idea.
is he so scary?
This is absurd.
Everyone likes Sonic. He's like, I don't trust him. He's advanced.
He's going too slow.
That's not the real Sonic. He's a fake hedgehog.
Well, that was amusing.
All right.
I'm amused. I hope they are too.
How did I?
Over more. There you go.
Yeah.
That's about good.
Up a little? No,
Oh,
Not
hi.
that much.
Whee!
All
We're
right.
moving. This is an
It'll be
AJ
fine.
ride.
It'll be
There we
fine.
go.
That's
That's,
pretty
good
good.
enough.
Okay.
Alt Tab again?
Sorry, my bad.
Back to the question.
I was just too excited. I was like, he's still hiding over there. He's like, I can't. Sonic is over there.
I'm sorry.
That's all right. We won't make you see him again, okay? We'll hide him somewhere.
Okay.
Like Elf on a Shelf. He'll watch you. He'll think about you at night. I'm okay kind of answering this because it's an important question. Do you
Oh.
want to...
Sure.
Yeah.
Gavin Smith says, I saw on Twitter you asked Matt Pat, aka the game theorist, which boss from Cuphead is his favorite. Does this mean Matt Pat is going to be in the Cuphead musical? Just because we ask someone a question on Twitter doesn't mean that they're going to be in a musical.
Yeah, it is pretty
No, but
incriminating, though,
this
too.
time, it might. Maybe. Right?
I don't know. I don't know.
What was his answer?
I don't know. Oh, he didn't. He didn't answer.
he
So
didn't.
we have no evidence that he even saw that question. I still don't know the answer, to be completely 100% honest. So I really don't know what his favorite character is. But yeah, it's incriminating. I try not to ask people things like that too publicly because I know everybody's going to assume and then run with it and be like, Matt said he's in the musical or something like that. But I mean, we are very proud of this cast. We think it's a good cast with some really good voice actors.
Oh, yeah?
Yes. Very good voice actors that have already proven themselves on the channel before. Some of them haven't. We'll see what we think of them.
Oh my.
We'll see. Anyway,
So anyway,
sorry to be so vague, but we don't want to spoil everything yet. But I think that's a really good question.
and thank you for following our Twitter.
Yeah.
If you're not following our Twitter or our Instagram or our Facebook,
What's wrong with you?
I was going to say please do. Sure, we'll go with what's wrong with you.
Some people don't even have all these social medias, so.
Well, that's why we have multiple social medias.
Does anybody know
In
the
case-
answer to this one?
Question: when did the Beard first partake in a musical?
Let's start with Gwen. Gwen, do you know when he first partook in a musical?
In a musical? Like, I
Yes.
know the original film that he was, made for, which was back
Do you-
in your
uh-huh.
college days.
Do you know what the first musical was that he was in? Do you guys know? Feel free, you can help her out.
I'm not a big enough fan. Oh
Oh!
no. No, I have no idea.
All right.
I didn't even know who the Beard was until I showed up on the set of Yandari, and there was a random
And there
beard person that
Just showed up?
I think it originally was shot in a classroom scene, and then you shot him again later on the street. Because I feel like
Was he in the
Kayla
classroom?
was in one of the classroom scenes with the beard on her face.
And
I was like, what is going
Might have
on?
been. I don't remember what happened.
You asked her to do it. so
We
I'm assuming
cropped her
it
out
was-
and put him, elsewhere in the
Oh,
thing.
okay.
I think that is true that we had the beard in one cameo, and then we changed the cameo because we
Yeah.
were like, we should have her pass him on the street. That'd be a lot funnier.
Yeah, so Needle Mouse. I don't know.
Well, the answer
Needle
is
Mouse.
not Needle Mouse. Oh man, I just saw the answer starting. Do you know?
I was gonna probably say Sing It You.
like Michael Clark says.
Yeah,
Sing It You is
that was
the first
before
one.
I saw that, but I was
I
like,
just couldn't remember whether he made a musical in like college or something. Like I couldn't remember whether maybe he showed up in Turtles or
he was not,
something.
no.
No.
Okay.
I actually think he came out. I think Blood and Gorgeous was after.
Oh, that was
Probably.
wow, okay, gotcha.
Yes.
Everyone wants to know if you have a girlfriend.
I have a
He
fiance.
doesn't have a girlfriend anymore.
I guess she could be my girlfriend as well. Yeah,
All
like a
of the above.
lifelong girlfriend now. Yeah, so Sing It You was like the first Random Encounters branded musical because Needle Mouse was made before it, and he's not in Needle Mouse, but he is in Sing It You, and that's the very first Random Encounters musical, and he's been in most of the musicals since. There's like 2 that he's not in. So if you know which ones those are, go ahead and tell us, and we'll tell you if you're right. Some of them he's just absurdly hard to find though. So
He's
let's see.
like
Nate's thinking now. He's like, which ones is he not
He's
in?
not in Tingle.
Oh.
really? Yes, he is.
Is he?
Well, okay, he is not. But
Oh, he is. Sorry, yeah.
We-
There's an entire scene with him. I forgot all about that. He throws the rock to
Yeah,
pop him. I
yeah.
completely forgot about that. I completely forgot about that.
What I was gonna say is I thought he was like on a piece of printed paper or something, and we count that as.
Yeah, well, that's what I was thinking. I'm like, I don't remember like animating
Adding
him or
him,
putting
yeah.
on any backgrounds. I'm like, oh no, we actually shot. Like,
Yeah,
outside
yeah.
of that one.
He shows up in.
Nice.
I
Yeah.
completely forgot that.
Yeah, I'm gonna be really curious how many of you guys can figure out which ones he's not in, because there are a couple. There's more than
And
one right
sometimes
answer.
we'll forget to shoot him for a musical, and so we'll find a place that we can just composite him in because we have like this piece of stock footage of the beard on a green screen that we can just like drop into any musical that we forget
Honestly,
him.
sometimes he's just really hard to find. You think he's not in
Mm-hmm.
it. Like a lot of people might say he's not in Blood and Tears. He is on a poster, really hard to see. I think.
Yeah, it's absurdly
but
hard.
he's in it.
Yeah, I think the best view of him in Blood and Tears is when she takes the baseball bat to smash the pinata. I think
Right,
you can tell
right.
the. So there's a series of good little questions here I thought about touching on. So I'll read the first one. How about that?
Okay.
Emma Lockburner. Question, where can I get an RE shirt? Kind of like this. Or, no, I'm the only one wearing one today.
Yep.
Go kind of like this. We have this shirt and several other ones available on Teespring. We also have a Spreadshirt shop that I don't think there's a link to on the channel right now. But you can definitely go find right on the top of the channel. I think we have a little button for Teespring. And we have shirts and hoodies and stuff.
We also have a couple shirts on CrowdMade.
Yeah. Video description. I'm pretty sure every video description
yeah.
at this point, or at least the newer videos, I'll have in the description. You can scroll down and it will have links to both those stores.
Yeah.
So that's where the Baby I Love You shirts for FNAF the Musical are. And the Senpai Notice Me shirts. So yeah, hopefully you take a look at them because we're going to keep hopefully making new shirts over the years. But they're a fun way to kind of brand how much you like RE and, you know, show your friends. Who wants the next question?
Luke Gregory, you have mentioned about Patreon changes you will be doing. Any specifics as I am considering it? Thanks.
Very good question.
It is.
We are still very much in the works. As we've already discussed, there have been a lot of changes happening on Random Encounters over the last couple weeks.
Yeah.
So we were intending to make some actual, major changes to Patreon, but we haven't gotten around to doing it yet. Generally we're going to be, I guess, paring down the number of like special perks that you can get, but making all of the perks better. So for instance, one of the biggest focuses we're going to have is, and this is a question that someone else has already asked, we are going to be building a Discord server and figuring out exactly how we want to, make permissions and stuff like that, so that hopefully people who aren't on Patreon can maybe do text chat or something, while people who are on Patreon can have voice chat, and we'll log in and stuff like that. So that'll be probably one of the tiers, is having access to the voice on Discord. So that's going to be eventually what we're going to be doing. Right now, as it stands, the current perks are the same. So whatever it says there is what it is, but it will be changing. Hopefully, in
probably.
the next couple months.
December might be the last month that we do the tiers as they are.
Which, by the way, if you're waiting on music on Patreon, I've been really swamped. I apologize, but I'll send the music as soon
Yeah, he
as
just
I
got a desk last night. He built it by hand.
can. Well, yeah. But I am excited to be able to sit at a desk again and
So
I know
music.
I cut wood and then
He did.
grind it.
Yeah, and Patreon will still have things like instrumental music. So if you like the instrumentals from our videos, that's one of the best ways to get it. We're still exploring whether or not that tier will stay the same, or if we'll be offering it
At a lower
differently.
price or
Yeah,
something like
so
that.
yeah,
Haven't decided.
Yeah, there are definitely changes that we'll be announcing on Patreon as well. So if you're currently a Patreon person, keep an eye out. We're still planning what makes the most sense. Who wants to answer the next one that I have highlighted?
That guy asks, is Aiden here Nefenjo?
No?
No,
They're different people,
they're different people.
which is why they have different usernames.
Is that what
But it would
that's-
be we think that, but
Oh.
I haven't confirmed.
I mean, we
running
have
two
actually
Yes.
seen both of them.
Nefenjo actually, Aiden is a robot that Nefenjo is acting out.
Aiden is Nefenjo's life model decoy.
Exactly. She's got to keep
Or
a
the
low
other way
profile.
around.
Well, at least we know who the mastermind is.
Pretty sure that they are both actually real people and different people even.
Yes.
But I don't know. You could ask them yourself. So we'd love to hear from our moderators. Are you both Nefenjo? Or is one of you not Nefenjo, actually? Jack Casson. Question, why did you start YouTube?
Why did you start YouTube when?
Why did I start YouTube? I think I started my channel because I wanted to keep up with college friends and I thought it would be funny. But that's dead now. And I'm glad.
Good.
I
think it's what you
enjoyed
do.
your YouTube channel.
I think you might have been one of the only ones.
I'm pretty sure I was, yes. We missed a super chat a while ago.
Yeah, I just remembered that.
No.
It was from the same person as earlier, the Voodoo Mistress.
Ah, okay.
Yep, gave us a little more.
Okay.
And I don't think it was a question. I think
It was a keep up.
It was another keep up the good work. Sorry we
Yeah.
missed it. We were swamped in a question.
Thank you
But
again.
thank you
It's my
again
fault.
for
I
that
talk too much.
donation, Yeah.
There you go.
But yeah,
Yeah,
thanks
appreciated.
for what you do. Keep up the good work.
Yeah, and since we're talking about super chats, we also just got one from Kitty Cake, who said, "Can you do the Ena's voice for the next 5 minutes?" And I don't think the answer is no.
There we answered your
But I can do it for like one line.
So my favorite.
I can do the one from kindergarten.
Oh, gosh.
And then we'll throw a parade.
Throw a parade.
We have our favorite Enos lines. One of them is going,
Where?
love to do that one.
And of course, it's what the book said to do.
Yeah, it's what the book says to do. Yeah, and I think the other one is like,
I hope I have some chickens left.
I like to do that one too. But
Where?
it's like the best one. Yeah. Yeah. So anyway, hopefully you get to hear the Enos voice in an entire new episode at some point.
Yeah.
We'll see. We were answering something.
You were
you
telling us
started
how
YouTube?
you guys started YouTube.
Yeah.
Or why you guys started YouTube.
Right.
I was going to convert that kind of into reasons why YouTube is a good fit for what we do or who we are. Does that make sense? Like for me personally, like I've worked in like traditional entertainment with like TV and stuff. But again, as we said earlier, no one will watch, if I want to make something, no one will watch it in Hollywood because they'll be like, who are you? You're a guy that gets someone coffee? That doesn't matter to me. So without being someone important already or having made something incredible already, no one will care. And YouTube lets you put up and share things without having to get permission for that or like funding. So YouTube is a good platform for anyone who needs to show what they're capable of.
I mean, you especially really need it because you're like blacklisted from the Nickelodeon lot anyway.
I'm never allowed back. It's true.
So there's that.
Yeah,
He didn't do anything wrong. He was literally doing what he was told.
it's okay.
But yeah, he's.
Hollywood can be a rough place, man.
Hey, you might be allowed back soon.
Oh, is there a time limit on these things?
No, it's more like if they
Not
buy our
exactly.
show that I'm
Oh, that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Anyway.
So anyway, yeah, as we talked about with voice acting earlier, YouTube will let you show things that you are good at. So even if no one in the world thinks they care about you, if a bunch of people on the internet all start talking about you, Hollywood might notice. And that's the story of like Justin Bieber, isn't it? It's like he sang on YouTube and then he ends up Justin Bieber. So yeah, that's what's great about YouTube, and that's one of the things that drew me to want to upload on it, at least, was knowing that I could make whatever I wanted and somebody couldn't tell me, no, that's not good enough. They'd have to wait and see it for themselves and then decide, is that good enough to actually care about? And turns out sometimes they do care about it.
Unfortunately, that also happened to Rebecca Black.
Hey,
I just read a wonderful article that she wrote.
Oh, really?
What were we saying?
she's not actually as terrible as that first thing. Like she's
Oh, I
grown up
totally,
enough to become
I
better.
totally,
so.
absolutely agree. What I was saying was, sometimes you get noticed in the wrong way.
Yes.
Yeah, she wrote this beautiful article, a little op-ed that was about how incredibly intense negative virility affects a 13-year-old girl.
It's true.
Wow.
And
yeah,
it
that's a good
was
point.
it was really depressing being like, yeah, I've made my share of Rebecca Black jokes, and that's not fair. So that was a really interesting read that I had.
You turned that all the way around. Like, the way it started out, like what I thought you were going to say, ended up the opposite of what you ended up saying. That was an amazing head-spinning, like, twist on the
I was
conversation.
intending on going this direction, so I apologize if...
No, that's okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, it started out like it sounded like it
she's
was going to be
not
Rebecca
as
Black.
bad
Yeah.
as you assume she is at all.
Okay. Well, that's a reason to consider not reading too many comments on YouTube, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, don't be afraid to post things. YouTube will give you an audience, and you don't have an audience in real life usually. So that's one of the best things about it, and that's one of the reasons I wanted to work on YouTube. That's one of the reasons I still like working on YouTube.
A related question by Tim Zagers. Did you think that you could get this far? The only reason we're still going is because we thought we could get this far.
That's a really
To
good way
be
of saying it.
frank. There have been multiple times, especially in my life, where I've been like, I don't know if we should keep on doing this. I kind of want to leave at this point because of how little success we were having, or how stagnant it was, or how difficult it was, or whatever. And every time, AJ and I would talk through it, and we'd be like, but there is something here. And that something needs to be on the internet because there are people on the internet who want it. We were right. But I stayed at it personally because I believed in the end that it had something that could work.
Yeah, there were definitely conversations over the years repeatedly about whether we have capped out and we need to quit and move on.
One of those conversations included a flying Coke cup.
Yeah, I guess it
In
was.
Burger King?
I hope one day we get to make a movie about our experiences, because that's like a scene from a movie. Yes.
I totally soaked someone who was trying to order like food at Burger King.
It wasn't soaked someone. It was more like sprayed Coke on
Fair,
a number of people.
fair. Anyway, it was great.
But yeah, so it's not easy. Don't go into YouTube thinking that like you're just gonna coast. It doesn't happen to most people. We got lucky at the beginning in that the first couple musicals we made did really, really well, and they convinced us that we had what it took to keep going.
Yeah.
And then the hard times came, and those first musicals are what we kept having to point back at and go, it used to work. It must still be there. That shouldn't have just dried up entirely. So if you don't have that first initial push, it's going to be a lot harder to believe that what you're doing is definitely going to work in the end. So yeah, we were very lucky to have started out at that point to look back at and say, no. I don't care how bad the video is doing right now. We can make good videos that people say are amazing. So we should keep trying. It's tough.
Did you think we could get that far, Nate?
When we made Needle Mouse, what did you anticipate?
It's hard because I wasn't in that thought process. Like, we made Needle Mouse, it was its own thing.
Yeah, let's go to Japan.
It was, let's go to Japan, have fun.
And we had questions if we could even do that.
Yeah, and then I was like, I can't even afford to live in LA right now, so I moved back to New York. So I wasn't here when they decided to do Random Encounters. So, I mean, I guess I believed it could work because it was always on the plan of, we had always talked about it when I was in New York. Like, I'm gonna come back out there eventually, and you're like, we're gonna get the success on this channel, and we're gonna have the money to be like, quit your job in New York, come out here and work for us full time. Like, that's my plan. Like, I'm gonna sit here and work in New York.
It took some time.
It took time, but I kept being like, I'm going back to LA eventually. I kept saying it to my parents. I'm like, I will go. I don't know when, but and then finally last year, there's like, we're getting you out here, so I'm here.
Yeah. It's definitely an endurance.
It's weird to be
thing.
like, I believe in it when I'm not actively part of it, but I'm like, I'm going to be actively part of it. It's a weird situation.
But even if you're not actively part of it, like,
Yeah.
I was watching their videos back when I was in college before I'd met Peter. I didn't know either of these guys. And I had friends who would like wait for their video to come out. And literally there was a friend who was at a party and went into another room when the Eevee song came out and was like, I need to watch this 10 times straight. And they were that excited about it.
Wow.
And it was like, all you needed was, enough people to be that excited about it. And if they had one, they were going to get more. So it was cool to see from where I was.
Yeah. So I think there's still moments where we wake up in the morning and are shocked and surprised that we're doing what we're doing.
Usually
even
in the
though,
afternoon.
Okay, the afternoon, because we don't wake up in the mornings. But I definitely feel overwhelmed sometimes going like, I can't believe that we did actually get this far, because the goal used to be, can we get to 100,000 subscribers and get a silver play button on the wall? And when we did, it was like, I can't believe we got this far. I remember telling your mom, like, if we can ever get to 100,000 subscribers, I will wake up like happy every day, because I've met this goal that was like so hard to get to. And it's true, I mostly do wake up happy as a default state. But then it became like, can we get 500,000? And now we're talking about, well, we're going to get to 1 million. We're going to get to 1 million.
Yeah, that's one of the big things is right now it's not can we get to 1 million. We know it's going to happen. And that's weird
Yeah.
compared to what we used to feel and think. It's really weird.
It's the difference of knowing what is reality and what's kind of your fantasy of going like, I believe in my heart one day I can have that. And now you know what it feels like. And you're like, wow, I'm experiencing the fantasy now. So it's a weird thing. Good question. Who wants to?
Thank you, Ziaki, for your super chat donation.
Absolutely.
You've got a question. How popular has the P.O. Box been? Does it get overwhelming?
And that's a really good question, too.
We do have a P.O. Box, in case anyone didn't know. I think it's on our Facebook page and somewhere on our
It
Instagram.
is.
I think it's on
Pretty sure
Instagram.
it's on Instagram as
Yeah.
well.
In the description of the
Yeah.
Instagram? Perfect.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we have a P.O. Box. It doesn't really get that overwhelming, thankfully.
Well, we also don't check it as often as we should, to be
That's
honest.
probably
I was
true.
thinking I should be back over the post office. Part of the trick is I like to try to respond. I haven't been good at it in the past, but I've been trying to respond more often. So we'll sign a letter and send it back. And that's fun, but it's also tough. Sometimes it's hard to find the address information for the person if they didn't include it clearly or it's smudged or things like that. So there have definitely been... we're behind responding back to fan mail right now.
if you send fan mail, make sure your return address
Yeah,
is clearly
put one
written
on there.
and legible and all that
Uh-huh.
stuff, because we will most likely respond to you as long as we can
Yeah.
read it. And
But we are behind.
Yes, we are. Yeah.
But they want to respond, guys. Like, this one
It's
especially
true.
gets excited about doing it. So,
I think it's really cool.
however long it takes, he wishes it was faster. Like,
I have one upstairs right now that needs to go out. I was just complaining about the other day because it's been like waiting since like August to be sent, and I'm so embarrassed that it's gonna say on the letter that I started it in like August. But so yeah, there was one that I highlighted. Where is it? There it is. Retro Beetle. Question: do you guys have any weird holiday? I'm sorry. Do you guys have any weird holiday traditions?
I don't like tradition.
You're not really into holidays either.
That too.
Yeah.
Like,
Do you have any just
your
weird-
own holidays? Like, you celebrate anniversaries and stuff. You just don't like the ones that everybody else does. So, do you do anything weird on the ones that you decide to celebrate?
I don't have traditions. I do what I want, when I want, how I
And
want.
that's the weird
And that's
part.
his weird tradition.
That's what's weird. His tradition is doing whatever he feels like whenever he feels like it. Do you have any weird traditions? You get oranges in your stocking.
I don't think that's that weird.
Probably not. You guys probably get
Yeah.
like fruit in your stockings for
I
Christmas too.
did not get candy in my stockings growing up at Christmas time. I got oranges and grapefruits and like citrus fruit, not like lemons or limes, but like things you would actually eat on their own. He thinks that's super weird. The one that I think everyone always thought was really weird when I would describe it growing up was we eat a grasshopper pie for Christmas.
Which doesn't get made with real grass.
It doesn't get made with
Oh,
real
I'm
grasshoppers, but that
disappointed.
is everyone's first question. But it's like a mint chocolate pie and it's delicious. It just takes forever to make. But nobody else seems to do that at Christmas. It's just us.
Yeah, I've never done it.
Did you
Yes.
address this first?
Oh, yeah. Let's before we forget, Rainbow Magic. Thank you so much for donating to us, and we love you so much. We love all you guys so much. So thank you for coming to the live chats and supporting the channel, watching the videos. You guys are an awesome fan base, and it's a delight to get to make videos and work with you guys. Weird holiday traditions. Gosh darn it. I don't feel like I have anything super weird.
Yeah, we can't think of anything really.
All right, so my family really likes, my sister took French in high school, and she had to make a French dessert for a class, and so she learned to make this thing called a bûche de Noël, which, if you speak French, I just butchered it, but it's basically, it's a giant Twinkie. It's like a cake-sized Twinkie. It's like frosting,
Oh my
and
God.
it's on a chocolate cake that's wrapped up with like whipped
It's
cream
a
icing.
freaking Yule log.
Yes, thank you.
And when he calls it a giant Twinkie, that's a big compliment. Like he thinks
Oh,
it's
so good.
awesome.
I'm sorry, it's a ho-ho. Twinkies are like in the yellow breading. Yeah, so it's a huge, delicious thing, but it's a lot of trouble to make. So my family ends up making one of those like every year because I'll cry my eyes out if I don't get to eat this thing at least once a year.
Wow.
Yeah, they're so good.
Do
They're
you
really
have
good.
traditions, Nate?
Not really.
He's like me.
Not any weird anything now.
Oh, I suppose it's weird. My family does Christmas on Christmas Eve because we always would wake up and get in a car and leave to go see relatives. And it felt weird to like, try to sit down and do presents
Yeah.
and stuff when you're just trying to get out of the house to make it to a relative that lives 4 hours away. So my family has just always done Christmas Eve instead. We always get together and do our Christmas stuff then. So that's kind of weird. But to me, Christmas Eve is more important than Christmas Day. That's like when I actually do the thing and, eat the dinner together and sit around a Christmas tree and open presents and stuff. So
It's a little weird.
it's weird, but it's convenient because you can still celebrate Christmas the next day with different people.
Yeah.
I guess if you have two different sets of people. to
And it also means I can
celebrate
fly
with,
back to LA this year on Christmas Day for cheaper.
Also, Adam Stewart. Yes, I was the guy who played the neighbor in the Hello Neighbor song.
If you keep watching for him, maybe
We
you'll see him do
saw
that again.
A Hello Neighbor doll at GameStop.
We did, and I was like, it's Peter, we should take an Instagram
Yeah,
of
this
this.
is Peter. We should get it for Peter. I'm like, oh, but I don't want him to get like reminded of bad people to have.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like he's gonna like
that's
hide this
terrible.
someplace
So I'm like,
instead.
I don't want him to get triggered by every time he
Yeah.
sees the
Well,
neighbor.
I mean, I don't live here anymore.
But with,
So we could put it at your desk and wait for you. It's like, hey Peter. Oh
you
no,
can
it's
put
just
it in the
neighbor.
chair so it looks like there's a mini
Yes.
dressed Peter sitting
It's
in
like-
the chair all the time.
Who shrunk Peter?
That's
but would
amazing.
that doll scare Mr. Meows?
I don't know.
It should, to be honest. We can make a video where it chases Mr. Meows out of his house, and Mr. Meows would love to go outside.
Just attach strings to the doll and it's like a
A puppet. Ooh.
running after
It's
him.
nightmare fuel is what it is.
Poor
We
Mr.
should
Meows.
probably quit with maybe one question. So
is it that late
if you
already?
guys, I think it is. It's past
It's
one,
past
right?
one.
Oh wow!
Yeah. So let's find one more question, answer that, and we'll be out. We'll be out of a job. Is what I was gonna.
What?
We'll be out of the chat for now.
Oh no.
I'm okay answering this one, to be honest. If you guys are.
Sorry, yawning.
Oh.
Because I feel like that's a question that would be relevant to a lot of people here.
Okay.
All right. Sorry if you don't like the question that I've just picked. Caitlin 101. Question: will you ever make another FNAF musical? I'm going to broaden this to will we make another musical that is FNAF related? Because I think I saw ones about Joy of Creation earlier and things like that. And as a matter of fact, I actually was just speaking with one of the people in the Cuphead musical the other day about another FNAF game coming out. And I was kind of interested. I was like, hey, if there's another FNAF game coming out and it's going to be kind of cool and it would make sense to do a music video about, FNAF actually does lend itself pretty well to doing music videos. There's a reason so many of you guys watch them and so many YouTube channels are making them. So I personally would be willing to do at least another music video for FNAF. I don't know that I want to try to tie it into FNAF the musical just because that's a lot of people that
Yeah.
I think have moved on to other things already. So that's where I stand. Not FNAF the musical, but another FNAF music video that maybe has some of the same characters. Sure.
Cool.
Anybody got anything they want to add to that, or is that did I speak for all of us?
About
Yeah,
answering
it's
the
fine.
question.
Okay.
He's fine.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much for joining us. This has been really fun.
Final note. If you want to listen to our music and you don't want to buy it on iTunes, look it up on Spotify.
Good
and
point.
follow our Spotify page.
Yes.
We're trying to start pushing our Spotify page a bit more now because of reasons. Anyway, it's all there. Well, maybe not all, but almost all of it's there, and it's good.
Yeah.
Where I listen to it.
And
I listen to it too, actually. Oddly.
Why don't you own it all?
Well, I do, but like not in a
It's right there,
convenient
yeah, I was
interface.
gonna
And he
say.
earns money
Wow.
probably by listening to his
It's
own music on
maybe
Spotify.
true. That's
I mean,
probably
technically
illegal.
that's true,
You're not
but
supposed
it's
to do
not the
that, but-
intent.
Yeah.
So there's that.
But technically,
It's like
it's true.
It's like when we watch our YouTube videos. Technically, we make money, but I
Right.
have to check the YouTube video.
Well, yes, yeah.
Especially when somebody says there was a mistake. Like this one's apparently labeled October live chat instead of November. Like
you, Peter Pal.
It's October. It's okay.
Oh, we time
you
traveled.
just wanted to say your birthday instead
these
of
things don't happen if we watch our own videos. Maybe I don't know, but. Yeah, thank you guys. If we didn't get to your question, I'm sorry. We might get to it next time, or sometimes we answer comments.
Or we'll get to your question if you're at Sabacon, maybe.
Good
Yeah.
point, because Nate and I are going to be in Vegas next Friday. The convention is Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, I think.
Yes,
though.
we are there
So,
next Friday
yeah.
through Monday.
If you're in the Las Vegas area, come say hello, because us two are going to be there, and we're going to have a lot of fun with you guys. And then I think in December, we've actually got one more convention coming up with the three of us. It's like if we do another one, we'll get the four of them. But for now, the three of us are going to be in Chicago in December. So
yeah, in case you're wondering, Peter is not a big convention person, so he may be at some.
I am
in
a
the-
big person, though.
Yes, he's a big person, but not a big convention.
But not a big person.
Maybe he'll be at some in the future, but
Yeah.
just in general, he's not.
So
a
if
fan.
if you live near either Las Vegas or Chicago, definitely maybe leave us a comment and come see us there.
Yeah.
It'd be great to meet you and shake your hand and stuff. And if your question today was, are you going to make blah 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 the musical? The answer is probably maybe. We can't ever guarantee what musicals we're working on, other than Cuphead the musical, which is coming soon. Follow us on social media, and thank you guys so much for watching. You
Yeah.
ready? We're gonna beard salute out of here.
Ooh.
All right, AJ, WJ, everybody, beard salute! Woo! Bye, everybody. I'd read all your names, but I'm supposed to sign off. Where is it? This one?
Yep, top one.
That
there
one?
it is.
Okay, bye, everybody.